All right, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, and this is Smell Goods. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you hanging out with me and clicking the link and watching the video. Got something today. I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to give you 5 fragrances that are clones, covers, whatever you want to call them. But these don't get a lot of hype or a lot of publicity, I don't think. These are things that you might just want to check out if you come across them. Put them on your radar, especially if you're looking for kind of what these fragrances are cloning. You might want to check it out and see if these kind of fit your framework. All right, and each of these are all in that under 25 max type of space. I think yeah, most of them. I think one I've seen maybe as high as like just $27 or something like that. So take it with a grain of salt. Let me know your thoughts. All right, let's jump into it. First one up is one that I came across, actually picked up on a I can't remember if it was a trade or a bundle, but somehow I got it from one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. And it is called Veteran Oud by the house of Pandora Sense. This is their take on Stronger With You Oud, which my understanding is a Middle Eastern limited release. So it's something that is a flanker in that Stronger With You lineup, but it's very rare that you'll see it over here in the United States. Or maybe outside of the Middle East, I'm not sure. But it definitely, you kind of get that Stronger With You framework or DNA, if you will. But there is this slight oudiness, not an overpowering oudiness, not a big oudiness that's there. I have heard those that have put notes on both say that this is pretty close. I'll have to take their word for it. But as a fragrance in and of itself and on its own, definitely works really good for these cooler winter months. And something that I've worn a couple of times and it has not disappointed. Good projection, good longevity on this, and a great scent. All right, not number because I'm not numbering them, but one that you should check out if you get the opportunity, Veteran Oud by Pandora Sense. All right, next one up is one that I have reviewed on this channel already, but one that I think just because the fragrance that it's cloning is not necessarily well known, I should say, that if I can say it that way. I don't hear a lot of people talking about the house. I'm starting to hear a little more about it, but up to very recently, I only heard one content creator even talk about this brand as far as Penhaligon's. And so a lot of folks may not be looking for a clone of something that is from Penhaligon's because you don't know about Penhaligon's. Great house. I've only smelled maybe 4 or 5 things from them. They've got a nice full lineup, but good stuff. All right, but this one is Apex by Fragrance World, and this is doing their rendition of, I believe it's Blazing Mr. Sam by Penhaligon's. This, yeah, just let's say rum, the alcohol in there, rum, I want to say, tobacco type of fragrance. This is a good date night fragrance. It is a good fragrance that just has some body to it. It has some seduction to it as well, and does a pretty decent job as far as its projection and lasting ability. But again, you probably haven't heard too much about it, except maybe my channel and a few others. But definitely something I think you might want to check out and take a look at adding to your collection if you're looking to add something new. Again, Apex by Fragrance World, and that is a tiger that is on the front. You can see it kind of sticking out from the bottom. All right. Next one is one that I have seen. Actually, I want to say I saw it on Neve channel, so on Aromatics. And so he's the only person I've seen talk about it. I went into my local store that I sometimes get my fragrances from, my Middle Eastern fragrance. They serve the Muslim community. But I asked him about this. He even was like, oh, that's a great scent, but he didn't have any in. I am talking about Cayenne Classic by Al Watania. Let me at least give you a little. There you go. This one is doing its take on Dior Homme Intense and does a nice job of it. You do get that iris in here. This lasts a long time. I've worn this. This projected well. This gave good longevity, and does a pretty good job of mimicking Dior Homme Intense, probably in the 90 percentile range. Does a great job. Something that you may want to check out, especially if you're looking for something for taking the place of Dior Homme Intense. This is a nice one to maybe check out, and again, very reasonable. All right, that's number 3 of the 5 that I'm giving you. I'm not ranking them, not. All right, next one up is from another one from Fragrance World. This is Genuine Man Giovanni Reserve. This is doing their approximation of Givenchy Gentleman Reserve or Privé. I can't remember which one. But good fragrance. Definitely rocks very well. More for evening time, more for date night, more for those intentional type of nights. Definitely rocks very well, lasts decently. This one didn't have, as far as when I've worn it a couple of times, and again, this has not gone through a full maceration process, but so far what I've experienced is that it does last a good maybe 6 hours or so, which if we're talking about evening fragrance probably is more than enough. This is not going to give you beast mode, but it is going to give you decent as far as its performance. Again, something else to maybe get your nose on, get checked out, especially if you're looking for a clone cover remix of what it's doing. Genuine Man Giovanni Reserve by Fragrance World. And then the last one is one that won one of my clone wars that I did because I was looking for something. I like that Ombre Nomad DNA by, who is it, Louis Vuitton. I like that. Nice, full, heavy, dark, yes, fragrance. And so I had something that was an approximation of it, and that was the Nouveau Amber that I've got. That it started off really bad, but this one beat that out just because it starts off really close to that DNA. Starts off smelling great, finishes smelling great, and didn't need a full 3-4 week, 4-month maceration process to get there. I'm talking about Al Khayyam Gold from Lattafa. This one, yeah, you've got that oudiness, but you've got that raspberry / rose type of fragrance in there. This just is a great one if you're looking for something for kind of covering that Ombre Nomad, which again, admittedly is kind of a dark fragrance, heavy fragrance. This one does a pretty bang up job of doing it and does it very well for an affordable price. So that's the 5 that I think you might want to check out, 5 that you might want to at least start thinking about or looking at, just because these aren't hyped. None of these have been hyped in my opinion. None of these are you going to see all over YouTube, at least not that I've seen, or in my algorithm. You're not seeing them all over TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. But these are 5 that if you want a clone cover remix of something that is kind of off the beaten path, as far as not the ones that everyone is trying to do a take of, these are 5 that you might want to check out. Get your nose on. All right, that's it for this one. Do me a favor, as always, I simply ask, and I almost feel like I'm also kind of just speaking to your spirit. We're not gonna go there, but do me a favor, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And then also do me the honor of hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, requesting notifications, and sharing. Meet me in the comments. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.